Hyundai channel. I'm Gabby.
I'm Charlotte.
And this is a 3-row all-electric EV for under $100,000. And it's actually a good amount under too, Charlotte.
Definitely.
So this is the Ultimate Calligraphy edition of the brand new Hyundai Ioniq 9, and it's priced at just under $82,000 Canadian. Now that is before taxes and fees, but if you've been shopping around for a 3-row all-electric SUV, you've probably seen a lot of them are over $100,000 by a lot. So this car is truly special, and it's our first time filming it in our own house studio. Charlotte, today's video is not going to be too in-depth though, right?
No, today we're providing you guys more of an overview onto what you can be expecting when you take a look at the trim of the Ultimate Calligraphy or the Ultimate Calligraphy package. But the best part about doing these live is that if there's any videos or something specific that you guys want to see, leave it in the chat, leave it as a comment down below if you're watching in the future. That way we can do a video on it for you.
Should we get into it?
Let's go.
All right, you guys. So this car is super, super exciting. Across all trim levels of the Ioniq 9, you'll get a 110.3 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion polymer battery. So that is the largest battery we've had in our Kia or Hyundai lineup. It's on our EGMP platform, and I realize the P in EGMP already means platform, but can't help myself from saying it. On the Ultimate Calligraphy trim level, you do get a little bit of a torque boost as well. So this dual motor configuration has two 160 kilowatt motors, giving you 422 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. Now I know this is a family SUV, but if you plan on taking it to the drag strip, you can get from 0 to 100 kilometers in 5.3 seconds. That's a pretty good time. All right, on to the styling of the vehicle. It is truly Ioniq. It puts the iconic in Ioniq. I'll see myself out. Basically, it takes a lot of Hyundai's, more specifically from their EV lineups. You'll see a lot of pixelated elements, more so on this daytime running light that expands all the way across the front end of the vehicle. Lots of wide proportions on this car too. Of course, since it is a bigger vehicle, it's gonna look pretty big, but the lighting sequence definitely expands it. The mic's off, Charlotte?
No, talk louder.
Talk louder? Okay, I'm trying my best. For our lower or main headlamp, it's also a full LED, and it's a projection style LED. What that means is the light beam is more focused on where you need it most, and we also have intelligent high beam assist integrated into it. On the topic of integration, of course, fun and design will also be integrated into everything this car does. On the outside, more of those pixelated beams. You'll see them on the lower beams or smaller beams, and then, of course, the main headlamp too. On topic of safety, it doesn't matter what trim level you're gonna get some class-leading safety integrated into this car. However, with the Ultimate Calligraphy, it takes styling to a whole different level, a lot of which will be seen inside of the vehicle. On the front end, we have our forward-facing.
I'm just gonna pause you. I think I'm actually gonna give you the camera. I think we're gonna do it behind the camera today. That way the phone audio picks it up at least.
Okay. We've got our forward-facing parking sensors. So those are our circular ultrasonic sensors facing all across the front end of the vehicle to help guide you when you are in low-speed situations such as parking. On top of that, the vehicle will be equipped with a full 360 camera view, which, might I add, is a very high quality camera view. We'll show that when we do hop inside. So here's your forward-facing sensor, and this entire front end of the vehicle, the front grille, is encased in glass. Behind the glass, you'll see more of those little pixelated cubes. On the lower end, these rectangular slats here are actually aeroblade vents, so they will open and close to provide airflow to the vehicle. It may not look like the most aerodynamic car. It is very rectangular and very square at the same time, but this vehicle actually has incredible aerodynamics, giving us a fantastic all-electric range of 500 kilometers. This is, of course, long-range all-wheel drive, and with all the equipment on this car, it may not have the highest range in its lineup, but it's still very impressive. The Ultimate Calligraphy also gets these beautiful 21-inch alloys. They are aeroblade alloys, so they're designed to be light and to channel airflow. They also look good too, so a lot of EVs definitely have interesting looking wheels. These ones look classy, which is what we'd expect in the Ultimate Calligraphy. The side will also have another parking sensor. And this vehicle does have all of the beautiful and fantastic driver assistance functions. Maybe not beautiful, that wasn't the right word to use, but advanced functions, things like highway drive assist with automatic lane changes, driver attention warning, smart cruise controls, and just about every type of collision avoidance you could think of. The door handles will pop out and go flush with the vehicle. So as you're driving, that is of course going to increase your aerodynamics, but you also have convenience access. You simply walk up to the car with the key or your phone that's connected. They'll pop out to allow you to get in easily. It's also nice that they included a little bit of design too. The belt line of the vehicle is a nice satin chrome, and this color may look black on camera, but it's actually a very, very deep blue. All right, let's quickly talk about charging. So this vehicle does have the North American Charging Standard port. For your battery, it is again 110.3 kilowatt hours. So it's a larger capacity battery. If you are charging from 10 to 80% on a 350 kilowatt DC charger, you can expect to go from 10 to 80% in 24 minutes, which is very, very quick. And of course, with our new North American Charging Standard port, we have access to a whole bunch of new charging platforms. Not platforms, but stations. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, for our taillights, a very funky design. This is where a lot of people have opinions about the design of the Ioniq 9. It's a very flat rear end. So much like what we see on the new Hyundai Santa Fe, it's bold, it's definitely a head turner, and it's very different. I don't know if I would personally get the Ioniq 9 in a dark paint, because with this pillar here, it can look a little bit hearsey, I'm not gonna lie, but there's without a doubt this vehicle is very, very bold. I will open up the liftgate to show you guys our storage space. What's really impressive, or I guess what's really different, we've got our tailgate release there. Usually we have some sort of handle. That's not the case here. We'll open it up. It is height adjustable, of course. And here's our space behind our third row of seats. Very, very good amount of space, super reasonable, and we actually get a lot of accessories with the car. So things like this cargo cover, which of course you'd install by putting it into the divots on the side. You also have your tire mobility kit, and then over here we'll have our level 1 charger. Now the level 1 charger certainly doesn't make the most sense to use as your only charger, but it is great in a pinch, or if you are going away for a long weekend and you only have access to a regular household outlet. Underneath, oh, this is a little heavy because we got everything on, but there is a good amount of space there. We could probably put washer fluid. For your rear seats, super easy to knock them down because they are powered. You've got your third row separated from your second row. Push based off left or right, and they will head down by themselves. You can also do this in the vehicle's head unit. So if you're waiting inside your car for someone else to load things into your vehicle, you can prep this area without coming up to the back. There's also a household outlet back here. And of course, Kia and Hyundai have a fantastic bi-directional charging system called Vehicle to Load that allows you to use the vehicle's interior port or the adapter for the exterior port to power other devices from your vehicle's high voltage battery. All right, I again mentioned this would be a quicker video, so I'll probably show you guys the frunk, and then Charlotte will take over on the interior of this car. I apologize for the mic situation again. Seems like our microphones have not been working properly the last little bit. Don't know what that's about, but we're trying to work through it. All right, I don't know if you guys saw the release for the hood. We also have one on our key fob. Sorry, this is gonna be a little hard to do with one hand. There we go. All right, here's our frunk. So I believe it was a 50-liter frunk is what they said. Pretty cool. Definitely a good amount of space over here. So if you need to put something like your level 1 charger, first aid kit, whatever it may be, there's a good amount of room here. Now it does have a max load capacity. It's 45 pounds, not bad. Then you got your washer fluid reservoir. I'll again quickly close this just to show you guys the front end a little bit more. I didn't close that all the way. Don't worry, those are not panel gaps. We're not that other brand. Need more power.
Energy, more passion.
More passion, more energy. All right, so another quick look at the, I still didn't close it, it's fine. All right, another look at the front end. Beautiful satin chrome elements. Definitely what we'd expect from the calligraphy. I'm happy they didn't go with all black. I do think this makes it look a little bit more classy. The wheels are an absolutely stunning design as well too. And it's just a polarizing car. Like this is so, so different. The only thing I would change is instead of the Hyundai emblem, I would love to have the 4 dots, the Morse code for H. But other than that, it's pretty impressive and it only gets better on the interior. I'm not gonna lie, the interior is what really blew me away about this car. Charlotte, you ready?
Yeah, I was just responding to a comment, but it was all good. Great questions. Okay, everyone, so now I get to take the camera. You get to hear me yap from behind it.
And from over here, we get to go and take a look on the interior. So I'm gonna give you your first pan of the cabin, and I think that Hyundai rocks it on the interior. Say what you want about the exterior, but I think that they rock it every time, especially from where you spend all of your time, which is gonna be in the cabin. So let's start off by taking a look at the driver's side door. We can see all of the different elements here. You can see the start of our ambient lighting, which looks fantastic in this blue color to match our exterior, and more pixelated detail. We have chrome design for our door handles, and what's this I see? Only my favorite feature as someone who is 7 months pregnant, your Ergo motion seats. So from this, you can go and enable pelvic and also lumbar stabilization, and it's incredibly comfortable. Underneath that, you'll notice that we have our memory seat button too, so you can not only save your seating configuration, which we'll dive into in a couple seconds, you can also save your mirrors. And because we have a powered steering wheel or powered steering column, that is all going to save and link to your memory seats and then to your user profile. So over here, again, you can see your power folding mirrors, all of your window controls, and then down below, here we go, bottle holder, and our Bose premium sound system, which is one of 14 speakers. Now let's take a look at that seat because you have so many different controls that you have. All of the seats in this vehicle are going to be powered, and you have a relaxation seat, which is going to be available for the driver, the passenger, and even our second row. From there, a couple other key features is 4-way lumbar support, but you can also adjust the amount of bolster that the seat gives you, which is great because this vehicle is packing a lot of torque. The seats themselves, they are a synthetic leatherette, super, super comfortable, super plush. Again, I literally sat in this for 15 minutes before the video because my back was killing me, put on the Ergo Motion seat, put on the heated seats, and was feeling so much better. On this side, you can see our door sills. Oh, now you can see them. Ioniq 9, and then also our premium style pedals. Over here, charge port, you're able to open up the bonnet, or the bonnet and the trunk, your traction control, electronic parking brake, and brightness adjuster. Now, I promise I will stop talking about every single button and just go and stick to some more of the basics. So I'm gonna briefly turn the vehicle on and put it into accessory mode. Oh my goodness, I'm like out of breath from talking so much. So steering wheel is leather wrapped and heated, and we actually have some fun designs on our steering wheel. These do light up with your different drive modes, and then also as you turn the vehicle on and off. Oh, one of the seats just fell down, I think. Over here is where you're gonna have your driving control, so enable that highway drive assist too, but then also adjust it. Then over here is gonna be your media controls, so different media modes, virtual assistant, all of that good stuff. And then right here, this camera, this is a forward attention warning. It's part of an interior safety system, which is designed to help make sure that your eyes stay on the road. Behind the steering wheel, I'm sure you can see them, are your paddle shifters. These can be used to adjust the sensitivity of your regenerative braking, so increase it, decrease it, but then they can also go and enable things like your smart regen system. So all of that can be controlled through here, as well as enabling iPedal. Lighting stock and wiper stock are also behind. And for our instrument cluster, we have a 12.3-inch screen, which looks fantastic with these graphics. We even have our power band located right over here. And then as we move over, and down below, actually, I'll point this out, steering mounted shift by wire with our start stop button actually located right on it, which this is one of the first times that we're seeing it in Hyundai's lineup. Over here, 12.3-inch multimedia screen. You have integrated navigation. As you can tell, we're located at our Brantford Kia store. You've got your media, your EV button, which I really like to show this at a glance because this is going to show you your nearest charger, allow you to enable utility mode. You can manually select battery preconditioning, and then it's also going to give you some specs here. Now, again, if you want a full in-depth video on everything that the screen offers, don't worry, we have done it in talking about this, but we also want to do a dedicated one for the Ioniq 9 because there is so much going on here. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto also comes here with the capacity for over-the-air updates, and of course, we're also going to see Hyundai's BlueLink. Right here, you'll notice all of our media and climate controls. So media controls, and I really like how this is set up because all of the buttons do exactly as they say, and you have the mix of the buttons and the dials, which is very nice. For some comfort features, heated and ventilated seats, your heated steering wheel, and you have multi-zone climate control. You can also adjust the rear climate control too. Turn that off. Oh, that's the rear. Put it back to front, turn that off. You also have the driver only feature because this is a green vehicle. Down below, if you do want to use a wired connectivity for your CarPlay or Android Auto, you certainly can with this USB-C. But then we also have these other USB-Cs, which are actually capable of powering up to 100-watt devices. So that can give you, basically enables you to be able to charge something like a laptop too. 12-volt. Little compartment down here. We've got our key down there too. And then also, the gimbal is gimbaling. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, everyone. If you just broke your neck, that's my bad. Over here, it's going to be more of our driving feature. So auto hold, your full 360 camera or rear view camera as well. So there's the nice picture. You can actually see Gabby right there striking a pose for us in her Kim Possible-esque outfit. Or zookeeper. She did go to African Lion Safari this week. You can see all of the different viewpoints that we offer as well. And then we have the door open and the tailgate open. So it's a little bit of a different viewpoint. But there's your full camera system. Underneath that, you'll have your wireless phone charger and your cup holders. And then one last thing I want to show on the cameras before we start moving to what's above us, and then also to the second and third row, is I'll show you your blind view monitor. So I turned the vehicle on. When it is on and ready to drive, you have a live feed when you indicate a turn of what exactly is going to be in your blind spot. Your rear view mirror, I'm sure you can see it already. It is auto dimming and you have the capacity for home link, but it's not just a regular rear view mirror, it's a digital rear view mirror. So I'm actually going to go and bring the tailgate down and you can see how the viewpoint is going to change. That was trippy, eh, watching that? Up top, controls for Hyundai's BlueLink because you do have their standard telematics system, and we have our panoramic sunroof. So very large, opens to about that halfway point approximately. And then here's another look at what the passenger seat is going to look like. And of course, you're going to have your center console, which actually does come equipped with USBs, or USB-C. Okay. Testing audio. Hopefully you guys can hear me now, hopefully. Man, we've always had so many problems when we get excited about these vehicles. Okay, just to rehash, we're at the passenger's door now. We have our window shades, which cover the full window, which I love. We still have ambient lighting back here. And you'll notice the fact that we have dual cup holders, another speaker, and again, these are going to go and be our powered passenger seats with, again, that relaxation button. So press that. Let's bring it forward for me. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong button I pressed. You do have the adjustable leg rest. That is going to bring it forward. Now, these seats are also going to be heated and ventilated, making them incredibly comfortable. And here's your sneak peek into the third row. Gabby, I'm actually going to come around to the side. Would you mind getting the third row up for me while I finish talking about some of the amenities back here? Just to make it a little bit quicker. Thank you. You're the best. So in the center, what you'll see back here is you can see that you have independent climate controls. So heated and ventilated seats for your captain chairs configuration. Then you can also go and adjust the temperature, and you even have access to the center console. This area down below is going to slide out. And then you also have a nice pocket here, which allows for some stretch. Both of them are there. Dual USB-Cs as well. And then now we can go and access the third row. Thank you, Gabby. So 50-50 split here in the third row. I like that we still have amenities. Of course, you can adjust the amount of recline for your seats. You still have USB-Cs and cup holders. And I'm glad that they kept this in the 50-50 configuration instead of trying to cram a third seat back here. Now, one of the huge benefits, I must say, about the Ioniq 9 is the fact that it is built on the EGMP platform, which gives us this completely flat floor, meaning I can stretch my legs out all the way. But then also if I'm sitting in the second row, I don't have a hump taking up any additional leg room or storage room.
So it's definitely one of the huge benefits. I'll also take this second to point out the fact that we do have rooftop mounted air vents. And also we have this really nice exclusive microfiber suede headliner and detailing on the pillars. In terms of interior safety, we have 10 different airbags in the vehicle. I'm gonna start getting out now. Might take me a little bit of time. In terms of interior safety, we have 10 different airbags in the vehicle, so definitely a lot for a vehicle of this size, definitely suitable. However, collision ratings have not become available as of right now. And then we still have things like rear occupant alert with sensors, which can actually send a message to your phone if you do leave anything that moves inside the interior of the cabin. Okay, we're back.
All right, I don't know how long of a Q&A we can do. This is supposed to be a short, quick look video, but I also don't really see any questions. No one really asked anything.
Well, I think a lot of them were hopefully able to answer in the chat too. I saw that you were in there, which is great.
Price was answered. So the base car is the long range all-wheel drive or the preferred all-wheel drive, but it is a $16,500 add-on from that, which brings it to,
It's a lot.
yeah, $81,499, I believe, something like that.
There's someone asking about cargo capacity with all the seats in place. And with the third row, okay, so with the third row up, it's 620 liters. And then I believe with all the seats down behind the front seats, it's a little over, it's just under 2,500 liters.
Paul, thank you so much. That is insane.
Thank you, Paul, especially since this was such an unconventional video. Someone asked, is this car an electric or hybrid version? This is straight electric.
TRD RAV4 was surprised that we finally got one review. Yes, this is our very first one. It arrived, I believe, our manager at Hyundai said Friday is when it arrived. So, typically we only go to Hyundais on Tuesdays and Thursdays though, so we had no idea. Vehicle review aside, hats off to Shar for being able to do this while 7 months pregnant.
Thank you guys. I'm so sorry for the heavy breathing behind the camera. I get so out of breath so easy now.
What's your name, girl? Start driving normally. I have no idea what that means, but thank you. Overall, I think this is probably one of Hyundai's best designed cars. Absolutely agree, especially for the interior. I think it's absolutely stunning inside and just so comfortable. This drive is obviously, with an EV, it's of course going to be quiet, but it's just so smooth. Like the car is just, it's a really nice cabin to be in, whether you're passenger or driver.
It also doesn't feel as big as it actually is. With EVs, of course, we know that they're very heavy. This still feels very light, easy to maneuver. And you talked about how it's a quiet ride. It does have active noise cancellation for the exterior, then also active sound design on the interior, which is one thing I did forget to mention.
Steven Stayrook, thank you so much. That is very kind of you.
Thank you, Steven.
I kept my exterior review pretty brief, but there is a whole lot more to know about this vehicle, showing that I do plan on filming more and more with it, things like tech reviews, overall more in-depth reviews too. So make sure you follow along for that. We will have those videos coming to you shortly, and hopefully even a test drive video.
Fingers crossed.
With that being said, you guys, while we're under 25 minutes, I think we're gonna end off today's video. And if there's any questions you have, if you missed this live, let us know in the comments down below, and we absolutely will get to it. In the meantime, take care, brush your hair.
Smooches. We'll see you next time.
Let us know what you think about the Ioniq 9. I was about to say 5, but this is the 9.
We'll see ya.
Bye.